Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I trust you're having a fantastic start to your weekend and you're getting ready for the racing that's going to be taking place out at Turffontein. Just to let you know that if you listen to the postman in the first race the other day at the Val, he told you to have a place bet on War Bonnet Creek and it paid 4.40 a place. So that's great value right there. And yeah, we're very, very happy with that return. Also, the postman's value bet, Mardi Gras won well for for the punters at 3-1, and we picked up some nice profit there as well. I'm going to hand over to the postman that's going to be tipping out at Turffontein, and he's going to take you through the card.
Yeah, good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, no matter where in the world you guys are. Big warm welcome again to the Top Tipper family. Racing comes to us on Saturday, 29th of October from the Turffontein, and we're back on the main course. Before we get into selections there, guys, I hope you got some of the value on Thursday, the first race. I said to you guys, put places on the 4 War Bonnet Creek, that runs third, and then pays £4.40 a drum. The second race, the value bet, Mardi Gras, we got 3-1. I think they've got backed into favourite, but anyhow, it won, so no problems with that. And the third race as well, we said Gregor McGregor was a good value bet. I think it ran fourth and still paid £2 odd a drum. So had you structured your bets properly there, you would have shown a nice little profit. I think we caught the place accumulator several times. But on the whole, guys, we had a very, very, very nice Thursday afternoon, and please let everything continue onto Saturday. Guys, I'm going through Saturday's card. Some really, really good horses running. I think some of them have bigger fishes to fry, but really, really competitive racing. Be very careful, guys. If you're taking exotics, one's going to either have to take a chance and banker. But I find it very, very difficult to find bankers. I really do. I think that some of the bigger priced horses are decent values, each way bets. And anyhow, let us go through the card together. Guys, there are 10 races carded at the Turffontein track. The first is off nice and early at 11:30. This is a maiden plate to be run over 1160 meters. Guys, again, we need to take note. The first time back in a while. We don't know if there'll be any racing bias up the straight. Generally, the outside draws are a little more favorable. So when we went through selections, I've gone for that. If all of a sudden the first two races, guys, they go down the inside, please, 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 guys, just adjust your selections accordingly. So the first race, as I said, drew off nice early at 11:30. And my first selection here is a first timer. This is horse number 12, Munchkin. And this son of a fifth from the Lucky Hoodalakis yard cost R500,000 at the yearling sale. Samango Kamalo gets the ride, drawn 11 out of 18. I think that side of the track is more favorable. The word on the street is this one can run a bit, and I see they've punted this one into round about 13-10. For second, I have gone for horse number 6, Black Egret. Ryan Munger for the Fortune Yard has had one run, finishing second behind Mythical Dream. We know that Mythical Dream has come out and won again since. On that occasion, this one was punted in from 9-2 to 14-10, was slow, showed pace, and was run out of it late. So of those that have run, I think that will be the first one home. For third, gone for another first-timer. Again, this is horse 11, Marquez. Richard Ferry gets a ride here for the De Kock yard, another R500,000 baby. And again, this son of Rafif, nicely bred, could be anything. And I certainly wouldn't be leaving this one out of trifectas if I was playing. For fourth, guys, we've gone for horse 15. This is Silver Tudor. Calvin Habib for the Terry yard, one run, finishing fourth. 3 lengths behind Eye of the Prophet. Was green on that occasion, however, was running on really, really well at the death. So the first race, 12, 6, 11, and 15. Move on to the second race on the card. And this is draw for 1200 hours, midday. This is the first leg of our bipot. Another maiden plate, this time for the girls. Again, over 1160 meters. And again, we're sitting with a nice competitive race. My first selection here is horse number 4, Splendid Season. Lucky Odalarkis again. I think he's going to have a fair day. I see he got Grant van Niekerk to jump aboard this one. This has had 3 runs. Seems to be improving with each run. Last time out finished second to Bonete. We know that the Mark de Kock inmate Bonete really well fancied. Is a third runner after rest. And again, I do think that this one will go really close. For second, guys, we've gone for the 3. This is Gregarious Girl. Samanga Kamala for the Mark and Adam Azzi. Very speedy sort. I think this will jump and go. I see they're bringing this one back to the sprinting distances. Last time out over 1600, now back to 1100 meters or 1160. Again, please just watch draws, yeah, guys. This is drawn 1. If the going is even, massive chance. But I certainly wouldn't be leaving this one out of my bipot. For third, I've gone for the 2, Tsitsikama Pearl. Decent first effort. Last time out, did have excuses, finishing 7th on that occasion, 9 lengths behind Kiss Me Captain. But as I said, did have excuses, and I'm certainly looking for an improved effort from horse number 2. And this is Cabello Mazziani getting the ride for the Verdunese yard. Cabello has had 16 rides for the yard for 6 wins. So he's got a really good win strike rate. For fourth, guys, we have gone for a first timer here. This is horse number 12, Southern Skies, Gav Larina for Johan Janse van Vuren. Again, this daughter of Vercingetorix, nicely bred, and it could be anything. So the bipot, guys, we have gone 4, 3, 2, and 12. Third race on the card. This is your for 12:30 Pinnacle Stake for the girls to be run over 1400 meters. 6 horses go down to the start. Certainly not an easy event. We have gone through this race several times, and every time we go through, we sort of get a different opinion. However, the class horse of the race is horse number 2, Rain in Holland. However, 26-week layoff. I think the 1400 meter, I think Rain in Holland is vulnerable over this distance, has been beaten on several occasions over this distance. And for that reason, and that reason alone, I'm going for the stable companion, horse number 1, Under Your Spell. Calvin a bib for the Terriard. This one likes the wet. I heard that we should get a bit of rain here at Turffontein overnight. And I really think that this one can run really well. Coming back from a 17-week layoff, I think this would have strengthened up. I think the break would have done this one a world of good, and my first selection. For second, I've gone for horse 4, and that is Bon Vivant. King and DeMello retains the ride here for the Van Vuren yard. They've pulled the blinkers off this one. This one ran 5th, 3.5 lengths behind my first selection. Is 6 kilos better off on that run. And again, it should give a decent account of itself. For third, I have gone for the classy Rain in Holland. Richie Ferrier gets a ride here for the Terriard. As I said, first one back from a 26-week layoff. A lot of people will be bankering this one in the place accumulator and the bipot. I'm taking my chances. I'm hoping this one runs 3rd or 4th. As I said, it's a classy animal. If it wins, I would not be surprised. In the one bipot, I'll probably banker it. In the other bipot, I'm going to put 3 horses. And for 4th, guys, I've gone for the 5, Follow Me. Cabello Mazziani for the Pedigree yard. This won well last time out. I think maybe a little outclassed, but certainly can fill in the back end of quartets here. So race 3, 1, 4, 2, and 5. We'll move on to the fourth race of the card. This is the first leg of the pick 6. And as I said, really good luck to you guys if you catch a pick 6. Wow, I wouldn't mind getting a small percentage of this one. And the fourth race, guys, we find the first of my value bets. And this is horse number 7, Arari Gold. Muzigeni for Corey Lensley. Last time out, finished the race off with coughing. Did run on really, really well. I think Muzi knows this one better than Cabello does. And round about 12 to 1, I'm going to have an each way touch here. This one has beaten the current favorite before. If this one was drawn better, I would tell you to put your head down and have a full go. Drawn 12 out of 13, a little bit tricky. I do think Muzi will sit off the pace. Nice long straight at the Turffontein main course. And this one will certainly be finishing when others have cried enough. Don't leave this one out any exotic. For second, I have gone for the current favorite. And this is horse number 2, Feather Boa. Randall Simons retains the ride here for the pedigree yard. Won last time out, beating Miss Daisy. Drew off really, really well. This is a nice sort. Nicely drawn at 1. And as I said, cannot be left out of any exotics. For third, guys, we have gone for these horse number 4. This is Miss Daisy. Ryan Munger for Billy Raters. I'm looking for an improved effort from this one. And this did finish second to Feather Boa last time out. And again, should give a decent account of itself. For fourth, we've gone for horse number 3. And this is Captain Peg. Unbeaten thus far. Diego de Gavea gets back aboard this one. Generally, this horse is slow. I think this running against a lot stronger than it's faced before. If this one is slow, will be running on, but may not get there good enough for the back end of trifectas and quartets, and is drawn a bit wide. So race 4, 7, 2, 4, and 3. Smaller punters, throw in 2 and 7 in the pick 6. Larger punters, put in all 4. The fifth race on the card, drew off at 13:40. This is the Graham Beck Stakes, grade 3, to be run over 1,400 meters. Again, another very, very competitive event. And my narrow first selection is horse number 3, Royal Victory. This one has done us no harm. We punted it, and we gave it to you guys when it won. At 40 to 1, we said that this one will go close. I think everybody got places there. Last time out behind Cousin Casey, we said this one will go close. Ran second again. And again, I'm going to tip this one as my narrow first selection. I see that Nate Kotson has got Grant van Niekerk aboard this one. I know it's coming back from a 13-week layoff. May not be tuned to the minute, but this is a decent sort. And should give a decent account of itself. For second, guys, we've gone for horse number 2, Prophet, Marco van Rensburg for Corne Spiss. Marco has had 2 great rides on this one. Last time I ran on really, really well. Beating Quantum Theory over 1,450 on the new course at Turffontein. And I certainly think that, again, this one will go very, very close. For third, we've gone for horse number 9. This is Raffles. Gav Lorena for the Magna Yard. Again, last time out, finishing third, 4 lengths behind Unzen. Ran on really, really well. I think this track would suit this one better. And I think Raffles, again, will be there when others have cried enough. For fourth, we've gone for horse number 10. And this is Anfield's Rocket. All the Liverpool boys will be getting stuck into this one. Last time out, won really, really well. Going away, Caden Brewer retains the ride. And I think this one should be running on again from off the pace and should go really, really close. Larger punters, throw in horse number 8, Union Square. 2 runs back, finished 2.5 lengths behind Cousin Casey at Gravel in the soft. Was punted in that time. Last time out, finished 4th. 5 lengths behind Moonshining Through. Was running on really, really well, over 1,200 meters. And again, I know it's drawn wide, but I certainly think that this one will be finishing again when others have cried enough. Very, very open race, putting as many as the budget would allow. But we've gone 3, 2, 9, 10, and 8 for larger punters. The 6th race on the card. This is the Golden Loom listed Citizen. My apologies. The listed Citizen Golden Loom handicap over 1,000 meters. Again, another competitive event. My first selection here is horse number 3, Vasim. Randall Simons for the Magna Yard. A decent latest effort, finishing 3rd. And my apologies, 2nd behind Bartoldi. Did have excuses, spread a shoe on that occasion. Has placed in all 5 attempts over this distance. And again, I think this will give a good account of itself. For second, guys, I've thrown in horse number 10. This is a current favorite. There has been money for this one. That is Far Away Winter. David de Gavea retains a ride here for Mike and Adam Azzi. Won really, really well last time out. Is going for the hat-trick and may still be ahead of the handicapper. Decent sort. For third, we've thrown in horse number 9. Nice roughie here. Now I Got You. Muzieni for Corey Lensley. Very, very decent effort last time out. Was staying on. I see they've brought it back to the sprint. We go back and we look over 1,200 meters. Finished 2nd behind Thunderstruck. Prior to that, finished again 2nd behind Mercantor. This is a decent sort. We know that. And when Muzi rides for Corey Lensley, one has to take notice of that. And I think this carrying 52 kilos and will certainly give a good account of itself. For fourth, I have thrown in horse number 1. This is Sheila. This filly is really, really top class as well. Simonga retains the ride here for the Mark and Adam Azzi yard. Very, very speedy sort. His third run after the rest should be cherry ripe. And again, should not be left out of permutations. For larger punters, guys, throwing the 2, that's God's Wood. Calvin Habib for the Baron Portis yard. This is the first run. My apologies, second run for the yard. Finished 3 lengths behind Bartoldi. And again, I think that Baron would have got to know this one a lot better. And for larger perms, I would be throwing God's Wood in as well. So race 6, very, very open. 3, 10, 9, 1. Larger perms, chuck in horse 2. Guys, we move on to the 7th race on the card. Another great, great race. This is the Charity Mile. It's a grade 2 event. As I said, a mile over 1,600 meters. The 7th race, my first selection here is horse 3, Safe Passage. Grant van Niekerk has been flown out to ride this one for Mike de Kock. Is unbeaten over this course and distance. I don't believe that this is tuned to the moment. I think the Dingons is probably what it's looking for, maybe even a tad further, but very, very classy sort. If I'm looking for a negative, guys, back from a 17-week layoff, but we know how good Mark de Kock is, and he can really get them right. For second, I have gone for the stable companion, MK's Pride, Muzieni for the de Kock yard. I do think that the 1,600 meters will suit this one down to the ground. Nicely drawn at 2, and this will certainly make this field pick up its feet. For third, we've gone for horse number 5, Bingwa Gavlerina for the Johan Janse van Vieren yard. Finished 3rd behind William Robertson last time out. Is a 3rd run after a rest. Bingwa did win this race last year. And again, from pole position, we have to take notice of that. I don't say it's the best horse in the field, but I think it's one of the fittest and certainly worth a shot. For fourth, gone for Nas Raffia. This is horse number 6, Red Saxon. We go and look at Red Saxon. Has beaten Safe Passage before. Finished second to Safe Passage. I'm taking the last run. I'm putting a line through that. Did have excuses. And I do think that 1600 will suit. Guys, 20 to 1. Have a look at this one going down. If this one looks well, if it's striding out, I will certainly be having a small each way bet. We are definitely at Top Tipper going to put places on horse number 6, Red Saxon. So race 7, 3, 2, 5, and 6. We'll move on to the 8th race on the card. This is due off at 15:30, the Yellowwood Handicap, and it's a Grade 3 event to be run over 1800 meters. In this event, we find the second of my value bets, and this is horse number 9, Southern Song. Diego de Gavea for Mike and Adam Azzi. Last time out, finished second behind Terra Time, was staying on. This is a third one run after rest. I think around about 14 to 1. I certainly think this is worth a small each way touch. For second, we have gone for horse number 1, and this is Pink Tourmaline, currently top of the boards. Loyola Motwa for Brett Crawford. Won last time out, beating the Brass by just over 1.5 lengths. Again, this is not a bad sort. Second run after a rest. And again, back against the girls, must have a massive chance in this Grade 3 event. For third, guys, we've gone for horse number 7, Gilded Butterfly. Cabela Matsiane for Stewie Pettigrew. Won well last time out, drew clear really easily. And again, carrying 52 kilos, drawn 1, must go close. For fourth, we've gone for horse number 4, and Miami, Nas Rafiad, also 14 to 1. This is again Richie Ferry for Gavin van Zyl. We know how well this yard has done in the past. The fourth horse has come out and won since. Was not disgraced behind Donald McDonald last time out. That was against the boys. And again, worth throwing in to back end of trifectas and quartets. 8th race, 9, 1, 7, and 4. 9th race on the card, you're off at 16:05. This is the Java Stakes. It's a listed event to be run over 2,400 meters. Again, I don't think this is easy. My narrow first selection here is horse number 8, and this is Razor Aleluya. And Cabela Matsiani for Candace Dawson. Really decent sort. And Cabela gets on very well with this one. I think this will be running on at the death. Nicely weighted at 56. And I'm going to suggest, if you're taking pick sixes or something, maybe go lighter. Yeah, I do quite fancy this horse number 8. For second, I've gone for 4, Light of the Moon. Muzieni for the Buertas Forstlu yard. Again, Muzi knows this one like he does the back of his hand. Beat my first selection last time out. I do think there will be a form reversal, but cannot be left out. For third, we've gone for horse number 3, Blackthorn. Keegan DeMello for the Terry yard. This one let us down last time out behind Pink Tourmaline. I do think will be better suited to the 2,400 meters. And again, larger perms, throw this one in. For fourth, we have gone for horse number 5, and this is Jamala Ryan Munger for the Fortune Yard. Again, has done absolutely nothing wrong. If this one gets the distance, must be a serious challenger. Guys, for larger perms, throw in the 9 Motown Magic. I really believe this one is a lot better than the last 2 runs. And again, I think I tipped this one last time out, let us down, ran stone last. I'm going to have a look at this one. If it goes down, looking well, striding out well with 52 kilos, I certainly don't mind having a small touch on this one. We've got to go and look. The current favorite is Blackthorn. And we go and look. Motown Magic beat Blackthorn over 2,400 meters by 3.5 lengths. If Motown Magic brings that form into this race, we'll go really, really, really close. So please, guys, I think this is around about 20 odd to 1. If it's striding down, if it looks well, have a touch, especially places. So race 9, 8, 4, 3, 5, and I'm telling you guys, have a look at the 9 going down. Guys, we move on to the lucky last race 10, 12 at 1640, med rated 105 handicap over 1600 meters. And in this event, my first selection is horse 6, Bard of Avon. Ryan Munger for the Ashley Fortune Yard. Ryan rode this one last time out, finishing 2 lengths behind Irish Tractor. Jumped out and set the pace. This is a versatile sort. And again, I do think that this one will jump or be up there and give a good account of itself. For second, I have gone for horse number 9. And this is another level, Keegan DeMello for Candace Dawson. Last time out, finished 2 lengths behind Forever Mine. Was slow, did have excuses. And I do think that this one, if you're taking the second jackpot, do not leave out. For third, gone for the 7, Vanderbilt. Form was there for all of us to see. Is having its second run for the yard. Finished just over a length behind Bloomington last time out. And again, don't leave out. For fourth, nice roughie here. Again, watch this one go down. Sudden Star. If there's a bit of rain, guys, do not leave this one out. 2 runs back, finished third under a length behind Nordic Rebel. Was running on that occasion. The last run over 2,600 meters, I'm putting a line right through that one. I'm not even looking at that. And again, 25 to 1. Wow, guys. Watch this one go down. Have a look. And she's striding out. Places. Larger perms. Throw in horse number 10. Back to black. JP van der Merwe for the Roy Magna Yard. Nicely weighted. And again, should go well. So race 10, 6, 9, 7, and 8. Watch the 8 for places. Larger perms, throw in horse 10. Guys, as I said, really, really tough card. Really, really competitive card. Good luck if you take in exotics. If I was taking exotics, probably the place accumulator would be the exotic to take. Maybe the jackpots. But I certainly wouldn't be playing light. I do quite fancy the value bets. Again, watch them go down. Guys, check for jockey changes. There are some decent first-timers. Look for betting support there. Look after yourself, guys. Take it easy. Stephen, back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for that input, the postman. We really appreciate the time and effort that you've put in to your card out at Turffontein. I know you have tipped your normal 10 race program, your bipot, your PA, your jackpot 1 and jackpot 2, and I know you've tipped value bet Aurorari Gold at 12 to 1 and Southern Song at 14 to 1. So that's fantastic value right there for the punters. So hopefully they arrive. So all in all, enjoy, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.